and this is Optibotimus, or Paul, if you know me pretty well. As you can see, I'm outside. It's a absolutely gorgeous day here in California, and I'm doing something that you guys have asked me to do for a long time, and that's show you my collection. Well, it's my office, it's my collection, it's my studio area where I shoot things, so you're going to see all of that today. It's not my entire collection because a lot of it gets swapped out over time. There's a lot more stuff that's in storage. So let's go inside and see what we have. And when you first come in, you'll notice that my hallway going upstairs is littered with art that I've collected over the years from various artists and at various conventions and things like that. So there's a couple autographs right there. That was actually acquired just last year at BotCon. Going up. Actually, that one came from PowerCon. That's Alan Oppenheimer. I got that at PowerCon. But a couple different prints that I've gotten over the years, like I said, at various conventions over the years. Just real fun. My wife lets me have them here because she considers them art. And these are really special to me. I was actually talking to Alan Oppenheimer's wife and explaining that I didn't know that he did the voice of Falkor, and I proceeded to tell her a whole story that ended up making her cry, and it was real fun. And then I had to retell the story to Alan, and he thought it was really sweet. So there's all that. And then you come up here, there's one more, and then you make the turn, and you have my wall of Lord of the Rings things. I gotta get one more that's gonna go there. And then you come around to my office, and once you walk in, you see a couple wrestling belts. Big time fan of wrestling during the 80s and 90s, so I got the Big Eagle belt and then the Double Eagle, representing my two favorite eras. And this is everything. This is my whole mess. Now, it's actually not that messy. This is my desk where I do all my editing. You can see that I'm working on a video right there. And this is what you guys always want to see. Here's my Star Trek ships. Now that's not really put together well because that is actually supposed to go there. I gotta hang it from that. So Star Trek ships. And right here at the top, this is basically my Ninja Turtle display with all my various figures. Now some people would be like, why? Well, why do you have the modern stuff in there? It's not that collectible. Well, to me, I enjoy it, so it doesn't really matter. But there's two of my favorite pieces right there, the Technodrome and the Turtle Blimp. I've wanted those as an adult again for the longest time, and just happy that I finally got those again. And then, yeah, you come down, and then you got the new and the old coming down, so you guys can see everything that's in there. And that's my turtle display in those two shelves. All the shelves are in here are bought at IKEA. They're called Details. All the lights that you see right there, it's a one pack that comes with 4 different lights. They're called dioders. Those are also bought at IKEA. Here's my Masters of the Universe Classics shelf. It's not very big. I really whittled this down to just characters that I like and have a fondness for, I guess, from the show. So there's all those. Coming down, there's the Horde and Man-at-Arms. All the way at the bottom. He's just at the bottom because he's in the Wind Raider, and that thing is bloody huge. So there's that. I just absolutely love that piece as well. Now we come over here, and then this is actually where I used to have all that stuff, so that's why Preternia is hanging in a frame right there. I'm probably going to change that to the Horde or something. But here's a lot of my Hot Toys. This is my I think more highly collectible items. You got the 1989 Batmobile from Hot Toys. Also up here, I have the 1989 figures. Yeah, Batman, Bruce Wayne, Joker. That Batman was never in the movie, but it's one that I had as a kid, and I just love having it. Here are a couple prop replicas that I have. Indiana Jones hat, the Holy Grail, as well as his Grail Diary. There's the transforming Death Star, which is a pain in the butt. And then there's my Tower of War tank is now controlled by the Wichita Paranormal Research Society. There's my work jacket, as it were, I guess. There's my bathroom. And then here's all my Lego Lord of the Rings stuff. I don't really review Lego stuff. I'm not a Lego reviewer. I know people have asked me if I would review them. I really don't even know how to review Lego stuff. And then, oh, there's my hoverboard and my Back to the Future 2 hat. There's a box with just random stuff and a cat bed. But coming back around here, my Hot Toys stuff, the stuff that I keep displayed. A lot of stuff I don't really keep displayed that I review. Some of it is not displayed just because I don't have room for it, or I don't think it fits well in my collection. I like a lot. Like, for example, you come around over here, and there's my Star Wars things, but I don't really collect a lot of Star Wars stuff, so eventually those are going to go into storage, or I'll probably just sell them to get my money back. I love Star Wars, but I just don't have the space for all of the stuff to collect. And then coming down, more Hot Toys. I love this display. I mean, I don't really display or pose my stuff, but there's the X-Men United Wolverine, and then the Wolverine from the Wolverine. And I just love that pose. It's like old and new just meeting right there. Down here are my Talespin figures. You guys remember in the 90s there was a lot of Disney cartoons. Talespin was one of them. That's one of my favorite shows. I do really want to get his Sea Duck, but that's not cheap. Then you come across here my Hobbit, Lord of the Rings sort of stuff. I got Smeagol and Gollum, obviously Bilbo. And then in the background, I honestly don't even remember who made that, but it's a little statue with the shards of Narsil from the Lord of the Rings movie. This is one of my favorite displays. This is Darkwing Duck. I absolutely love Darkwing Duck. I got all the figures there and all the vehicles. I wish they did more with it because it was such a favorite of mine, and there was a lot of characters that I wish they did. And then on the bottom is my Batman stuff. So down here is kind of my Batman animated as well as other favorite characters. You got Bane, Nightfall Batman, Batman Beyond, and Riddler there. This is my Batman Arkham game shelf. And then coming over to this side, I have my movie version, the Nolan movies, and then just, like I said, a whole bunch of extra stuff. I come around over here. There's my fish tank. There's my one place for my Masterpiece trailer. This is my first BotCon that I ever went to. All of the figures that I have from there, an absolutely gorgeous set. I love it. It's probably always going to stay there. Just awesome. Across the top here are all my G1 Transformers. I don't actually have a heck of a lot, to be honest with you guys, but there they all are. Then you come around here and there's Fort Max and the video game figures. And then behind there I have the DMK models of Optimus Prime and Bumblebee. There's Johnny Five. There's the Allspark back there. There's a Slinky. This is my Decepticon shelf. At least in terms of the Masterpiece figures. You got Megatron, Soundwave. There's the Quakewave figure, the Rumble Frenzy, all those guys. Coming down here, I have my Masterpiece Starscream as well as Thundercracker, and then some Power Ranger stuff there in the back. Down at the bottom of the shelf is my Decepticons from Transformers Prime, and there's the Decepticons from like Beast Hunters and things like that. There is my Star Trek stuff, which I have not found a place yet for, and then there's more random stuff in the box. This shelf, all my Toy Story stuff, trying to get all the way down there. There's Toy Story, some Pixar stuff, basically. Here's some of my movie Decepticons. The evil Single Prime, Megatron, Shockwave, all that. Here's some Seekers, well, all my Seekers, basically. And then here is basically the after the original animated movie Decepticons. Kind of. That's the theme that I'm going for there, which it's hard to see because the light's right there. And no, the light, it looks bright, but it's not really all that direct of sunlight to mess up anything like that, or even Metroplex, or not Metroplex, Fort Max. So it's not that big of a deal. And then, I don't know if you can see it, I actually have screens in the back to diffuse the light. But, let me see here. There we go. Get that a little brighter for you, so you can go blinded. There's my Hercules, and then these are my Decepticons again. Here's my Ed 209 and RoboCop. More Decepticons, and then my group of Minions, as well as my Wreck-It Ralph stuff. Over on this side is all of my Futurama figures, which I love. Then there's some big guys. These are kind of like my original 13 sort of area. I have Vector Sigma, I have Alpha Trion. I always forget his name. I always do. He's a prime though. And then I use that as one of the primes. If you guys know who I'm using that is, you're even cooler. And then obviously I got Unicron and Primus there in the background, and then there's Cybertron itself. I did a little customizing on there. I actually swapped out like the different spires. Those were originally on here, and then the blue hands were on there as well, and I swapped them out. There's some Ghostbuster stuff for you Ghostbuster fans out there. There's my figures themselves, and then the various prop replicas that I have. Then here's some Autobot video game goodness. There's I'm playing with the lighting here. There's Omega Supreme, and then all the Autobots. You got Grimlock and Swoop, Optimus, all that stuff. Here's the headless Uranos. There we go, a little bit better. And then some random Autobots. There's the Star Wars stuff. Come down here. Here's some movie Autobots, all in there. There are my wrestling figures, my collection that I made over the years. It's not very big, but they're the ones that are probably the most important that I grew up with. The only one that's really missing would probably be Hulk Hogan. There is an empty shelf. There's more movie bots, the Wreckers, and Jetfire. Come on up here. Here's some Autobots kind of from after the original animated movie, like with Hot Rod. I got Perceptor in there too. Obviously, there's Springer, so something like that. This is more my G1 classic display right up in there. And then again, here's another Lego set. Well, there's Warbotron. There's a really fun space shuttle. I absolutely love that. One of my favorite Lego pieces, to be honest with you. And then we have Metroplex, and there's my new Simpson figures from NECA, which I love. And this whole shelf is my Autobot shelves. There's the Masterpiece Megatrons, as well as third-party figures that I consider part of Masterpiece, such as the Cubex or whatever. You got the iGear ones. There's the iGear Ironhide there in the background. Come down here, and then there's Slag or Scoria, Grimlock. I'm actually surprised that I've kept him in robot mode for as long as I have. And then we have the Autobots from Transformers Prime, and then there's my very small Beast Wars collection. That's all I have from Beast Wars. People have asked me many times if I have Beast Wars, and that's it. But there you have it. So giving you guys, well, and then across the top there's my NECA figures and things like that. Predator, Terminator. So just standing here, kind of get out of the way, give you a 360. You're not going to get to see everything, but there's and then there's a couple other pictures that I have over there. There's my fish tank, and that's everything. Now this is my review area. As you can see, this is how it actually is. A lot of people are always asking me, why don't you just use a black background? Well, I really can't. Sitting down here, you can see here are my lights on the side. I also have a light down there, and then if you come around here to the back, there's a light back there as well. That's because this whole section here is a frosted piece of plexiglass. It's hard, so that's what it is. I have little extra pieces of whiteboard or just paper right there to extend the background so that I don't get like that showing in my videos, which always drives me nuts. But when it's all lit up, this right here turns on, this turns on. You can see that there's 4 bulbs each in them, and then the light directly behind there lights up, illuminates the back wall, and then underneath there it illuminates the floor area. So that's the lighting setup. Here's my camera. This is a Canon 70D DSLR camera. This is the review that I'm working at, but this is what you guys will basically be seeing here in a couple days, I would imagine. But so I can't just put a piece of black backboard because, like I said, the light has to be able to shine through there and through the bottom to give what's called an infinite white appearance. That's what I like. that's what I prefer in terms of a personal choice as well as a professional choice. Now, with this new camera, I have a lot more control over things like exposure, aperture, things of that nature. So I'm able to control things a lot better, and hopefully I'm still learning the process, but hopefully I will get it to not look too bad when it's a bright white figure or something like that. It's a matter of like maybe moving the lights back, adjusting the aperture in there just so it's a little bit easier to see, things like that. Here's a whole bunch of boxes of stuff that I've yet to do. There's my refrigerator that I keep beer in for my live Ustreams every Saturday at 7 p.m. But that's it, guys. That's the whole room. There's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man just chilling. There's coming over here, there's stuff from the Hall of Fame where Michael Bay was inducted into the Hall of Fame for Transformers, as well as Steven Spielberg, things like that. And then there's actually my autograph of Michael Bay with a movie scene or whatever. So that's everything. There's my little tiny Incredibles collection right there. But that's everything, guys. So you finally are seeing my office. This is everything. This is my book of or the Covenant of Primus that really upsets me because this does not stay up. It bums me out. So that's about it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this look in my room. Oh, I didn't even show you all this. This is my Iron Man display. There's a couple Age of Extinction figures. There's my Iron Man figures. So I have them all except for the Mark IV. I gotta get that one. That's why the Midas one is in there. So there's all that. There's a little Dylan Gould, and he's hanging out with Frodo. So yeah, there's everything. And then this is actually a fan of mine made that and sent that to me. I thought that was really cool. I absolutely digged it. There's my little puddle. So that's about it, guys. That's my room. That's my studio. That's my computer where I edit all my videos, and you can actually see I'm working on the video for this right now. So I hope you enjoyed this look in my office, in my life, where I spend many hours over the course of weeks. So until next time, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you later.